Malia Sodovia Shunaya Hayasi Noalaha Leanaha Malia Sovaya Laki Nayalahi No Mala Shalahi Nisavishi inaya alakotavialo kosomushiu avarohuea nikediando vasotovesha. Mandoriara ilangosi siento veshero uso malakeleanda ivase samotove lamvoye lankiala shonote alajo milarunkoda tilansho milandiala kaso milasho kotove kliasoteve. Liano Oto Uaya Ianaya. Welcome, welcome, all of you today as we remember and honor our ancestors, our guides, as the last days of Atlantis and the magic and the mystery that belongs within us is a part of us as we remember and honor them today, as well as our Native American Indians here. And today, we're very excited that you're sharing this day, this honor with all of us, as we tie in also the connections between these ancestors, the indigenous peoples of our planet, our star sisters and brothers and families, that which we carry their magic within us, and we share their DNA. And the magic of what this day really means, and not only this day, but this particular time in our excitement and journey together that we have chosen to share today. Us, we, me, all of you, all of them today, is this is an accelerated time for us as a human species, as we completely transform darkness into light, as we create a new world, as we use these tools from our masters, the little bits and pieces that we're just finding out. And how does that connect to the Council of 13? How does that connect to our collective consciousness, the crystal skulls that we're so enamored by, yet know so little about, and the little bit of stories that we're all beginning to piece together about who we are, our multidimensionally, how does our consciousness interact with all of this, and how do we explore all of that together in a new way and creating this new version of us. And my own personal excitement about when I started this journey and using the sacred circuits from Sirius, as well as many, many pieces that I have put together, and so many of us have put together from the channelers that came before me, that have been doing this for pretty much almost my whole lifetime, and those that came before, and our indigenous peoples, and how they've carried this information verbally. And it's my excitement to share with all of you, and to have all of us join together to engage this energy, to re-explore the magic of who we are and all of the stories, and what does that have to do with where we are today. And so I don't want to spend too much time about talking about what we're going to talk about. I just want to get into talking about what we want to get into today. So thank you. And I did want to take a moment also to welcome everyone in the room. So I'm going to have Dave help me with that as I sit down and get my breath and my bearings. Thank you all. Let me fix my camera here.
Welcome, everyone. If you would like to take turns and say hello.
And if you like, if you don't have to, we can introduce yourselves if you like, and just maybe quick hello, maybe and where you're from. That would be great. And you don't have to.
I'll go in the order that I see them.
That you see them. Okay.
Anna, see you.
Ya to vyšej. Nisa to vyšej, Laka.
Tengo que hablar yo.
Hello.
Hello,
Nia to
hello.
vyšej. Laka to vyšej. Hi, Anna. Nia to vyšej. Bolo on to vyšej. La intario soroko sorolo to vyšej. Ma oloko to vyšej. This is all just light language. So na teve soto ela kishe inaya uku onaya atea satia.
Cheyenne.
Yo hablo en mi idioma, viví.
Nia to vyšej. Hi.
Okay. I don't speak English. Gracias.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Estoy feliz y contenta por estar aquí. Y ya solo con veros y escucharos, me llega el mensaje, que no lo entienda, pero con eso me basta.
Thank
Muchas
you. Muchas gracias. That's about my Spanish.
Cheyenne, you want to say hello?
And I'm checking the live chat too to see who's out there. I wanted to say hi to everybody out there too who's joined us today in the live chat. So I wanted to say hello to Angel and to Heather. And I'm sorry, you guys, if you're having technical difficulties. Oh, and remind everybody too, if you're just popping in on YouTube and not sure what's going on or what we're doing or how to get in the room. I was going to have Dave let everybody know, but he's working on something at the moment. So yes, you can go to
in the YouTube live chat, I put a link to
good.
register, which you will get an email right away with the Zoom link information.
There you go. So yeah, if you're looking for that way we can get that to you really quick. So I wanted to thank everybody and let everybody know throughout the whole broadcast, feel free to hop in, hop out, whatever you have time for. Say come in for 5 minutes. That's fine. We do hope to be having a meditation here. And so there's a few other people that we were that were invited, that were coming, that we were hoping to wait for to participate in that part. Wilma, hello. I just wanted to say, I was looking at everybody popping in. Ricardo, hello. Cynthia. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Welcome to everyone who's new here. And I didn't want to lose. I wanted to say hi to Wilmot too. I haven't seen you in so long. So thank you so much for joining us today and being here today. And yeah, if anybody wants to unmute and say hi.
Let Cheyenne say hello.
Oh, go ahead.
Hello, my name's Cheyenne. I live in New York City and I work with dogs for a living. And I'm new to all this, but have since around spring of this year, it was my first time successfully meditating, and it's sort of changed my life. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about consuming pretty much everything all of you folks have to offer. I don't have a lot to contribute myself, but I will be popping in and out. So thank you. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you. And yeah, I understand if you guys have things to do and, I get it. People are always, everyone's welcome as long as you can come. And of course, this will be broadcast live on YouTube for everybody to go back and see. So this is one of the things that we really love to do. So thank you to all of you who are new here to these. We love to do these live events and that we can interact with everybody, as well as having people right in the Zoom room to share in the energy, share in their comments, their experiences. And really, these are really just an open, though we do have kind of a guideline today, the things that we want to share today, but really this is also about the sharing and the interaction of your experiences as well. So yes, I want to put that out there.
Bev.
Hi, Bev.
Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Most people in here know me, but for those of you that don't and that are new, welcome. It's always nice to see new people here. And we've all been at that beginning stage too, which mine wasn't that long ago. So I know exactly how you feel, looking for new angles and new ways and getting all the information where you can find it. Yeah, you're in the right place.
Absolutely. Thank you. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for
Thank you
that,
for
Beverly.
being
And
here.
I know I've been there, you guys. I remember when I very first started and there'd be Hangouts in Google Hangouts, which doesn't exist anymore. And I would get so upset if my technology didn't work and I couldn't get in. And I was, so yeah, I know how that feels.
Cynthia.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having this event. It's really cool. My name is Cynthia, as you know. I don't teach. I mean, I don't speak in light language yet, but my energy
Yeah.
expression is more in the form of Tai Chi and Qigong. I'm an instructor and have found over the years that I express essence through movement. So that's evolving. And so it's great to be here. And thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for your service to all of us. I think that that's a beautiful expression, and not all of us, each and every one of us has a beautiful way to do what we do, the unique way we do it. And yes, I told Dave that again. I said, I think I really need her. I tell him that all the time.
Let me know. I'll do a Zoom class for everybody. Just set me up.
So yeah, so that's what I was going to tell everybody too. And that's what this is about sharing, caring, sharing each other's gifts and abilities. That is, I'm a firm believer of that. So yes, speak up, you guys. If you're out there doing what you do, please let everybody know. And thank you for letting us know that. So yeah, make it a point to get together with everybody after these Hangouts. And a lot of times when we go off of YouTube, we're still sharing in the room off camera. So if you guys want to exchange information. So yes, absolutely. We have lots of master teachers. Well, every one of you is a master teacher in this room, and anyone viewing is a master teacher. So thank you for your beautiful energetic service. And you don't need to change a single thing. You just do the way you do it, and allow it all to organically change if it needs to. So thank you for that.
Ricardo.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi
my
there.
name is
Oh, shit.
Ana. I'm from Mallorca.
Oh.
Soy a friend de Vivian,
Yes.
and no sé qué decir.
I'm glad you came. And so,
Puedo
yes.
traducir, yo puedo traducir. I
Vale,
can translate.
Oh,
gracias.
oh, good. See, I was going to say, if anybody's a translator and needs translation, and yes, I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm delighted with the connection and how the beautiful synchronicities, of this meeting with you and Vivian and
Le encanta que estás aquí y esta sincronización con nosotros, porque ya sabemos algunas cosas de nosotras. Así que,
Bueno,
sí.
Ya te ves.
soy de Mallorca y pues estoy muy contenta averiguando muchas cosas y como bien has dicho, hoy es un día de celebración
As you said, today is a celebration day, and she's very happy to be here.
Yay.
Thank you. Ricardo, I'm
hemos
sorry. Would you like to say?
celebrado y me siento muy feliz y muy agradecida por estar aquí. Y aunque antes decía que aunque no entienda todo, simplemente ya con estar me llena de gratitud y el mensaje seguramente lo reciba.
Even though she doesn't understand much English, but she's full of gratefulness, and she's sure that the message will get to her.
Yes. Yes, it
Gracias.
will.
Y bueno, que puede ser que, no sé, de repente empiece a hablar algo que ni siquiera sé qué estoy diciendo. Porque Vivi me pasa que a veces estoy aquí en casa, empiezo a hablar así. Vamos a bailar y a pasarlo bien.
Yeah, she's talking many things that she doesn't really know what she's talking. And today another language came through. So yeah, it's very interesting.
So many of us that are interacting in this room today, for those of you watching, many of us already know each other through a variety of ways and synchronicities. And I've just only recently met Vivian, and it was a synchronicity through Anna. So that was kind of how this all came to be. So we've only met in the last week. So I'm excited and honored. So thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
Okay, Ricardo.
Good evening. Hello there.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Everybody hear me? Yes, that's good. So, well, I'm Ricardo. I'm right now in Holland, in the Netherlands. And I watched your session with Vivian, and I was amazed. I couldn't stop laughing, so I said I really would like to join. So that's my presence here today. Amazing, seriously.
Really, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And it's not, I tell you, I have to say, Ricardo, you do have a benefit that others may not have, and that very few people get to actually hear a session from someone unless they've shared it. And so,
Exactly.
but to hear feedback from it, so that's really fun for me.
Super positive. Yeah.
And I'm so glad. So I hope you gained something from it as well on all your multidimensional levels.
I'm still trying to cope with what I saw yesterday, but I'll get around it in a positive way.
I'm glad. And yes, for any of you guys who are new to all of this, I can only imagine how mind-blowing it is, because it's totally still mind-blowing for me.
And I guess now is a good time to just mention, go to languagesoflights.com to find more about Wendy and to get sessions from her, sign up for some of the classes and programs that we're putting together, to just send a message, help contribute to the channel.
Yeah, if you guys want to contact us, you can just go to the website, go to the contact page, send us a message.
Wilma.
Hi, Wilma. Thank you.
Good morning. I'll say it's morning because it's morning where I am. I'm in New South Wales, Australia. I've recently moved from Sydney to a country area called Tamworth. And I came here because the mountains called me. There's a mountain range that runs all the way through the area here. And I came to visit some friends, and we were at the lookout, and I was looking out over the whole sort of area, and the mountains just, wow. Even now, I get an emotional reaction. The energy just hit me and flew and flowed through me. And I knew in that moment I had to move here. And so I've been here for a week now, still moving in, still settling in. Wow, the energy is so strong. I'm just about to break out into sweat.
We get it.
I feel like I'm here to work with the mountain energy. I don't know yet what or how, but that's what I feel I'm here for. And so I've just got some energy I'd like to express. Sorry, Archie, I got shut to kind of eat ya. Senetina, I could to course, shitty, Alaritina, Ucardina, Rishina, Kier Noir, Eritishina, Harchi, and the Ria, Turutuka, Arni, Shahrni, Aitina, Sianat.
Thank you so much for sharing that beauty with us and that beautiful message. It is so good to be in your energy again. And it was light language. For any of you who are new to light languages or the language of light, that is what she was speaking. That's what we were speaking. And light language is what brought us together, Wilma and I.
Yes.
And I have always been very grateful. And isn't it funny how the years that they just melt away, and there is only now, and that connection. And now I'm the one getting all emotional and goosebumpy because that connection has never, you know what I mean? It just, and that's how I feel with all of you. This is, I know this to be true. The masters are coming together again. We're here to do this work in a big way, you guys.
And that's going to tie to a little story that I'll tell in a few moments, which will be followed by a ceremonial meditation kind of thing.
And yes, the mountains did call you, and yes, you do have very much work to do with them. I feel it. You each have much to share with each other, and you both together with that third thing have much to share with the world.
So I just wanted to count for sure, but there happened to be 11 of us here.
Ooh, on 11-1.
Okay, the last person is showing up as 378235. So so I have no idea who that is, but you can.
Sometimes it comes up as a passcode. It's really weird how that happens. We were talking about that the other day. I was like, I don't know how that happens.
I say hello to everybody. Hello to Wendy.
Hi, there she is. I knew it was her.
Yeah, so finally I made it.
Hi, this is Monica. Hello, Monica. Hello. So the number is Miss Monica.
Monica, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, since 5 days I know Wendy. And I had a wonderful session with her. And just when I see her, it is as my consciousness is raising. And my heart is pumping and warm and everything. So I'm very happy to be here and get to know you all.
Thank you so much. And I'm so appreciative of all the beautiful synchronicities with so many of you. This has been, I am still too. Yes, we've been floating in this pink light, pink energy. I've mentioned it a couple of times this week in my videos. And I got to say, you cannot put words to the sharings. And it was actually, it was our video that Ricardo watched, correct? Was it ours or was it Vivian's? Vivian's.
Yeah.
And so I find that I love how we all came together today in such a short time. But
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and we're still, so yes, I was delighted to meet all of you, and I'm very excited. Very excited that you're all here today.
So we can get started. And I want to say that I'm going to tell a little story, and it's sort of based on the idea of accumulated synchronistic information. And the story is always coming clearer as we find out more and more about what our history is, and as we also understand that we're creating our history from the now moment, that what we think our history is today in this now moment, as we reinvent ourselves, the history actually does change, and we may or may not even be aware of it. So I'm going to take thousands of years of history
and sum it up in 3 sentences.
And try to sum it up as quickly as possible for the point of why we're here today. So many tens of thousands of years ago, there were Lemurians that lived on an island of Mu. And due to that island, which we're not exactly sure why it happened, but it's probably based on cycles, because everything is based on cycles, as we'll also soon hear about. The island, I think, was volcanic and ended up having a volcanic type of eruption. So the people had to flee, and they moved into Asia and Europe and so forth, and started a new civilization there. At some point, a group of those people who came from the Asian areas started to migrate and moved through the Bering Strait and moved into the Americas. And we also believe that there were some other civilizations that were already there. Some of them might have not been from Earth. And we also know that a lot of sacred sites in Peru and other locations were inhabited by people that were not Earthlings. They might have looked human, because it turns out mostly throughout the galaxies, the humans look human. And so these people, we believe to have been the indigenous American Indians. Science is starting to back up these stories that we hear from spiritual sources. So we know that somewhere around 30,000 years ago, people moved into the Americas, and they are now the Indians. And today starts the Indigenous American Indian Heritage Month, which we don't really know why they chose this month for that, but it's really just to honor the heritage of the American Indians. And our society has given this month the opportunity to highlight achievements and the history and so forth of the American Indian. Now, it just so happens that it lines up perfectly with Halloween and the 1st of November, which is the anniversary of the destruction of Atlantis. And we'll get into that in a few more moments. But since there are no accidents and everything is synchronistically occurring, we decided that we would take a look a little bit more into what the connection is between these two events. And we found out a couple interesting things. And of course, this is information that we discovered both by research and our intuitive knowing, downloads and so forth.
Yeah, lots.
So you know, as we are looking up more information, the answers always come, and we try to be as an open channel as we can. So we get bombarded with information. So you now have indigenous peoples living in the Americas. At some point, more closer to around 15,000 years ago, some of those people branched off. A contingent of indigenous Indians went on to form the Atlantean civilization. They moved to the east. They went to the islands, went to the areas known in the Cuba, the Atlantic region.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they started their own civilization known as Atlantis or Aslan. And from there, they began raising their consciousness and creating their own utopian society. In the meantime, there were the still remnants of the original people that stayed in the Americas, who then became what we now know as the indigenous Indians from North America, Central America, South America. Now, as the Atlantis civilization grew, they moved toward the east coast of the Americas, but there wasn't a lot of contact to all the Indian tribes that were more west and Central America. We understand that after thousands of years, the Atlantis civilization started to want to experience what we would call now more negative related kind of activities of power and control, things like that. And they were moving away from the idea of the spiritualism and connection to nature, and the energies of that activity eventually ended up in manifesting as a comet that came and eventually destroyed Atlantis. And we could get into a little bit more of the details of all of that. But prior to that happening, the priests and the seers of the society got together, created a crystal skull to contain all the knowledge and be able to prepare for sending out through what was considered the Council of 13, which represented 13 individuals who made their own crystal skulls and connected them all together. And we know crystal holds information. So all these crystal skulls together went with each of the individuals to all parts of the world to save the civilization and bring their crystal skulls to teach and help the indigenous and whoever was there and start a new society and civilization, knowing that it would be thousands of years until now, which is this time that we are now, for the remembrance to start occurring to bring back the idea of the Atlantis civilization. The indigenous Indians never lost their connection with nature. And while they also forgot a lot of things over time, some of these people that came from Atlantis that reintegrated into the societies started to assist and help be shamans to the civilizations. And we know the Navajo people, the Diné, talk about some of these people as holy people. And the holy people for the Diné are really spiritual helpers and guides, and it doesn't necessarily have to be humans, but it can be physical humans that show up. They don't necessarily always show up showing all kinds of magical powers. Sometimes it's just information or teachings or lessons of how to grow corn, how to weave, things like that. But interestingly, we all know about the idea of crystals being used in Atlantis. Well, around 10,500 BC, which is around the time of the destruction of Atlantis, is the same time that scientists have discovered crystals being now used with the indigenous Indians. So we believe that a lot of the crystal technology was brought from Atlantis back into the Americas and introduced to the Indians at the time. And I don't even like using
And we
the word
certainly
Indians.
know that they were used in Lemurian
Yes.
time, for sure.
Yes, of
So-
course. So a lot of that technology and spiritual ideas were brought from Lemuria and ended up back in Atlantis, where
Yes.
they've started to use them again. And we also know that the crystals and the quartz specifically was used by shamans with the Indians and continue today. And so there's some science and history that sort of backs up this little story. So that leads us to today, where the idea is all of us are now waking up, people all over the world, typically in particular areas, to reintroduce the idea of this sacred knowledge. And many times they're feel connected to the idea of the crystal skulls. And while you certainly do not need to even be interested in crystal skulls to connect to this information, it is we call it a permission slip to have a crystal skull that looks like a human head that sort of acts as a conduit of information. And it was used in Atlantean times, and that's how they were intended to be used after Atlantis had been destroyed, to hold the information until such time as the cycles were restarting, and it was time to rebuild a new society and a new reality that we wish to very strongly build into this new reality. And so what we would like to do today is invite all the crystal skulls together, and if you have any, you could go get them, but you could also bring any of your
And if
grab
you,
your
and I want
crystals.
to remind everybody too, if you've got a crystal, a quartz crystal, and also to remind everybody to have a glass of water here with you on your, which I have my bottle of water here too, simply as an additional conduit for this information to sink in.
So yes, so the water is also like a crystal, is
It's going to hold
energy,
the energy of today. So
and you can drink it.
you don't have to drink it at once. You can drink it a little at a time. You can
Yes.
use it for ritualistic purposes. But yes, it's definitely programmable with our intentions today, without a doubt. And we know this now. Science confirms it.
So
that means it's real, right?
So before we start, I would like to offer the intention of having the master crystal skull, which was the first one, still existing, buried beneath the ocean in the area of where Atlantis was, and all the other crystal skulls, 13 original duplicates.
And I'd like to add to that, maybe many of us didn't understand really, but the destruction of Atlantis took, from what we've come to learn, for 20 years, twice a year, it was bombarded with enormous comets that finally completed the destruction of Atlantis. And the tsunamis that ensued were the floods that we understand as Noah's floods and Noah's Ark and that story. So how all of this has filtered into our story system and come out in very interesting and different ways. and, you know, the old telephone thing where everything changes every time you tell somebody the story. And now we're learning more and more of, and also the idea of that was the time when all of the information was stored in the Library of Alexandria, that I have for many years now, since I started this journey, myself, with my own excitement in exploring these things and the serious sacred circuits, and how I've been writing for years. The masters are meeting in the paw of the Sphinx. So that's another image that I'd like to share and invite all of you today too, is whenever you're watching this, and then anytime you'd like to kind of tap in again to that inner energy, is to remember that, and that we're meeting, that the masters are meeting, and to envision us all meeting once again in the paw of the Sphinx. And that, so for 20 years, Atlantis twice a year was bombarded with this comet that today we can still see the remnant of, which is this time of year. And I didn't even realize that. And it was, I always forget the name of it. Is it the toroidal, the toroids?
Toroids, yeah.
So as we can see that comet and those, you know, shooting stars, that is the remnants. And so, and also the idea that this is the 11th month. Today begins the 11th month. It's also a 111 day. So we have the Trinity, the triangle, the pyramid shape, which has become a symbol for connection to the stars, our star families. Dave and I had deeply connected. There's a lot of information out there also about where there's skulls and where there's crystal pyramids right off of the coast of Florida. We, for a time, lived in Miami, and consciously and intentionally, and also in crystal skull meditations with others, he and I also connected with that master skull while we lived there, and right at the tip of the Bermuda Triangle. And that is where the crystal zero skull that the others were mastered from lies today. And what I've come to also understand only recently is that the sacred circuits that I was excited to learn about and share the moment I learned about them, and tap into them and use them for my own personal acceleration in a variety of ways. And the idea of tapping into the symbols, I have come to realize that the symbols themselves are connected directly to the Council of 13 and the 13 crystal skulls, which I didn't realize and didn't hear until what, yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
The day before. So here I'm like flabbergasted, because it's something that, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I have done lots and lots of videos. And again, if you're new to my channel and my website, Dave created a little thing on my website that shows the sacred circuit for the day based upon the numbers that you add up for today's date. So that was just something that he decided intuitively to do. And I'll be sharing briefly as well all of the symbols if you haven't already seen them. And that's sort of how it sort of taught. That information blew my mind. And for those of you who know how much I've been sharing these symbols, I was pretty astounded that it was giving us the permission. I just got an intuitive message one day that said, I just said to Dave, we have to do something that day on this particular Atlantis 11/1/2022. There's something very specific about today's date and this coming full circle of us again opening the information that is stored within the mysteries of the skulls. And how can this, and I don't even know how all of this is even going to manifest out. I was just guided to do this and gather those who might be interested in just doing this exercise together. And so that was a big part of it. I also wanted to welcome everybody to this 11 master energy for this 11th month, and how interesting it is that it actually coincides with this date being 111 in our time as we create time. Because I'm pretty sure at that time, and I know nothing about what calendars were what when, but I'm just pretty sure that they didn't even understand that what was happening was on 111 or 11-1. So the idea of the master number 11, and how all this connects to all of us, and how we're learning how it all connects to all of us, and how we're sharing that in these ideas. And I wanted to say thank you and welcome and happy birthday to any November birthdays. It doesn't really matter whether what sun sign or zodiac sign you are. So the idea of, okay, happy birthday to Scorpios and happy birthday to Sagittarians. I was born in November, and also my birth path number is 11, a master number. So, and that's one of the reasons why we also decided to start today at 3:33. So energetically, we put that time out there. And so I wanted to let you guys know too, that we've got a lot of articles of things behind us.
I'm gonna see if I could show it.
Okay, can you show it? I guess I don't need to move, do I?
No.
No. I was like, I don't need to move. Oh, there it is.
We'll see. So this is,
And I've also got, just so you guys know, I've got these were a gift. They're arrowheads, and I believe they're from the Paleo time period, as we understand time. So I've got my arrowheads here. I've got feathers, my crow feather. I have a turkey feather symbolizing also November and abundance, and just the turkey and
Thank you for the things.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Yay! And the symbolism behind the turkey for us in the United
This is
States.
boring then.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got mango, ingredients into cooking. Mango chutney, maybe.
Good. And yes, I don't know how close up you guys will be able to see this. And I could share a picture too on my website. And I want to thank all of you guys for every one of you for your sessions, your donations, all the time you've spent with me doing these videos. I've just had the best times of my life. So, and in the background, if you can see, there's a drum with it's actually a fox. It sort of looks like a wolf, but it's also a fox. That's my shamanic drum case behind there. And I think I'll be playing a little bit of the drum also during the ceremony. So it sort of comes in as it comes in. And we've got a set of the 13 crystal skulls also on this table. And I've got my medicine bag. I've got a dragon. I've got some beautiful artwork done by a local artist of some beautiful American Indian woman paintings. I've got a little statue. What else have we got here, Dave? I think let's see. Oh, in my corn
we have
pouch.
different quartz crystals.
Oh, yes. Oh, and the crystals. And several multifaceted crystals, which we can talk about in other videos, but and the reasons behind that. And we've shared a little bit of that as well in past videos. So I just wanted to let everyone know, what we've got. Oh, and of course, my copper elongated pyramid, very important addition. And whatever symbols I may receive today, I will share on the website. And if I am guided to write them while we're here today, I will be receiving my own symbols to be adding to, which I'll be adding so that everybody can get them as well. Whatever symbols come through is as a result of today's interactions. And I've been receiving, I don't know if I've got any in this book right now. I've been receiving a great deal of galactic symbols as well, which I will share in a little bit. And I did want to mention that I came across today. I drew this on August 5th of 2022. So this year, the date equaled the number 1. And I wrote on here, the paw of the Sphinx, meeting of the minds of the masters, the master minds, raising the consciousness of an entire planet's civilization and entire collective consciousness. So this was just something that I had written back then, and I haven't even shared it that I know of. So it was sort of like everything's now, and it was meant to be shared today with all of us and all of you. And I was looking to see if there was any. So anyway, symbols is something that I have been excited and guided to share, to receive and share, and do personal ones for people as well during their sessions. And so that's part of what this is all about today, is how sharing these sacred circuits from Sirius that were brought to us through the channel, Daryl Anka, who channels the Bashar, who brought these Sirius symbols to us, who were brought to them by the Ayel, who were given to by their Sirius guides, the Sirius guides from the Sirius star system, to also help unlock and connect. And today is number 9. Today's date equals number 9. And so today I will be sharing all of these briefly with you, but today I wanted to point out that today is number 9, which is receive. So today, that is part of what this intention is today, is for all of us to receive, not just in this now, but in every now, to unlock the information and receive in our own perfect timing, the information in every way that we can. So everyone's experience will be different.
So as we found out just yesterday, that these sacred circuits were specifically designed to work in coordination with the crystal skulls,
Which I did not know. And the Council of 13.
And the Council of 13. We put together with our sacred circuit animation, a little video with the crystal skulls that will play while we do some channeling and chanting. So what we've learned is one of the ways that the crystal skulls were used was a group of people would typically the priests and priestesses would sit around in a circle and chant and create certain noises with different instruments to raise their frequency, but also align with the frequency of the skulls to be able to tap into the energy. And so when we start in a few moments here, I'm going to show the screen with the animation, and Wendy is going to begin to channel and sing, and we don't know what's going to happen.
I have no idea. I have a great many Syrian guides, so who knows what will come through.
But the idea is also that collectively we're all meant to come together and share this information, share our own voices. So if you feel guided to sing while we're doing it, to drum or whatever comes up for you, please feel free to do that during the meditation or speak your own light languages. We could always go back and listen to it later, so you don't have to even pay attention to what we're doing. If you're guided to just
if you're guided to go in your own zone, and
just go ahead and do it.
That's kind of what this is all about. And I'm getting sort of goosebumpy because that's what all this is about each one of us. And you don't have to. It's just don't. That's part of what this is about, is all of us getting into get together.
So we believe, and we're told that there were 13 crystal skulls, and we are told where some of them are. The main 0 skull, as it's called, is underwater in the Atlantis area, somewhere between Havana and Bimini. There's one in Egypt, which supposedly has been found, but nobody told anyone. There's a red one in Hawaii, hidden in a cave or something that might not have been found, or the Hawaiians haven't told us. There's one in Angola. There's one in Tibet. There's one in Northern Europe. Bev, maybe that's why you're there. There are some in the Americas still, and there's one in Antarctica, which we're told it might be
Good
difficult
luck.
for us to, but it's there.
So just with that list too, helps us all to give ourselves a little bit of a global visualization for ourselves in not only this meditation, but in any future meditations that you may wish to have with your own crystal skulls. Maybe you don't have one and you want to just, you know what, you guys, I have to show you this too. The one that's on here, the silver guy, I think I got it at like it was like a very inexpensive store, and it's just it's just you know, it was only a few dollars. So it's like, it's not real by any means, but it's real enough. And so that's what I want everyone to know, is it's about your intention, and it's about putting your intention out there. And even if you have nothing, and even if you just have a glass of water, you know, or you have pyramids, maybe you've got some pyramids around the house, or you've got a feather, or you've got, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's, you know, maybe you want to draw something for yourself. So the idea is too, that we can continue to connect and use that as our permission slip to utilize. And so really briefly too, before we begin that, I wanted to show you all, because this is so activating. And I also wanted to double check too, which I haven't in a little bit, to see what's going on out there in the YouTube chat, because I'm sorry, I haven't looked. And so I wanted to say hello and welcome, and thank you all for joining us out there. So I just, I wanted to make sure that I've addressed anything that maybe I might have missed. So I just wanted to say, hey. Oh, Angel says 2:22 p.m. Pacific time. Perfect. I love it. Oh, that's great. Hi, Heather. Hi, everybody. I just want to say hi, everybody. Even if I can't.
And I think Heather might have.
And I did see Heather. So yeah, if you guys.
And Heather is here.
Oh, she's here. Woohoo. Are there any, I was
Heather,
gonna say, are there any attendees that we haven't let in the room?
no.
Okay, good.
Just Heather finally made it.
Heather.
So hello.
Hi, Heather. If you want to say hi, you can say hi. You can just unmute, whatever.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Hi, good to see you, sis.
So I also wanted to mention that according to Bashar, the skull that is what's the guy's name who has a skull?
Oh, Mitchell Hedges.
Mitchell Hedges skull.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Is one of the original.
He's the duplicate skull. He is
the
the master duplicate skull. And I invite all of you, if you haven't already, if you're not familiar with this, the Mitchell Hedges skull, of which is the duplicate, the master duplicate, is actually owned by, well, I don't want to say owned. It's being cared for by a gentleman who actually does live meditations frequently, and just look up. Yes, regularly. Yes. With the Mitchell Hedges skull. So we have also activated our skulls while also watching his meditations with our intention of literally connecting our skulls here to that skull and that energy. So I invite all of you to, if you have the opportunity and you're inspired to do so, to watch him as well. Bring your skulls. It's a completely silent meditation. Silent the whole time, and it's just about connecting with the energy in whatever way and that means to you. And
that skull is named Kokomats.
Yes, and it actually has a really long name, but that's kind of the shortened version of the name, Kokomats. So we can use that name as our vibration today. And anything else
Yeah,
on that? Yeah, what else do we
I
wanna
would like
share?
to invite, we know all of these skulls have what we would consider magical abilities. So I would like to have the intention of inviting all of the original 13 skulls, wherever they might be, to participate in this meditation,
And of course, they're
to-
master creators.
to literally take their place in our skulls that we have. We have 13 skulls set up here that are lapis.
Yes.
We also have a bunch of other quartz crystal skulls. So I invite them to take their place here literally, because they're able to do that and sort of embody the crystal skulls that we have to share in the energy. And as soon as you're ready, Wendy, we could start the meditation.
Okay. And we'll see how we're doing on
Mhm.
time afterward. We'll give
And-
everybody the opportunity to share. Please do take advantage of if you have if you want to write something down. Again, as I mentioned before, I think I'm being guided to remind everybody or to encourage everybody to let this information sink in, and then maybe just draw whatever comes to your
Yes,
mind.
and we'll just discuss later, and maybe even shut off the YouTube thing and be able to talk a little bit privately also. But we could talk for hours and hours about this stuff.
So we do want to keep it on a timely basis and keep it, focused. That's the word I want to say,
So
focused.
I
And I'm going to show everybody these right now, and I will read these and show them to you so that you can all be introduced to the Sirius sacred circuits. Again, you can find the entire event that Daryl channeled on bashar.org, and you can also find these sacred symbols on, really, they've been distributed across the internet for quite a many years. So they're out there. You can go get them, you can print them, you can look at them. We're just simply, I was introduced to these in right around the time he did the event, and I've been sharing them with fervency, if that's a word, for probably about, I want to say, maybe since, well, I forgot when he did the event, but it was ever since then. So I want to say probably, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 years or something that I've been somewhere around that. I forgot the date of the event, but you can purchase it. A lot of this information, if you just simply do some searches on Bashar and the sacred circuits or crystal skulls, lots of information. Atlantis.
Mhm.
Lots of information out there. I highly recommend that you guys listen to some of this stuff. It's really helped put a lot of puzzle pieces together. And remember, everything is only a perspective. It's their perspective. This is our perspective. They're only perspectives, and they are just as perfect and equal as your perspectives, as anyone's. So if you're guided to share or intuit that you get an intuitive message that says to do something, then act on it to the best of your ability. Take it as far as you could take it without any insistence, because I never would have imagined that today, this many years later, because I woke up in like 2011, if you want to call it that, really. And this was part of my journey back then. And so I would have never imagined that I would still be interested, excited, and sharing these. And then now to find out all these years later that, because we only know what we need to know when we need to know it, is the excitement of doing this event with all of you, and just finding out that these circuits are directly connected to the Council 13 and the skulls. So anyway, okay, so I will hold this up for just a moment. And then you guys, that way too, when you rewind, I'm sorry, you can pause through this video when you look at it later on YouTube, and then you can actually take a look at these. But again, you can find these all over the internet. Number 1 is center. Number 2 is expand. Number 3, balance. Number 4, prepare. Number 5, express. And there are only 15. one of my questions is to my guides and to my Syrian guides is, where are the next 15 that we were told we would receive? And I was also given the message from my Syrian guides that by creating my own symbols, being activated by these is also a part of the continuation of this mystery school. So that was really exciting for me as well. So I'm just going to hold this up for another moment. Extend, unlock, excuse me. Number 6 is extend. Did I do the numbers?
Yes.
Okay. Number 7, unlock. Number 8, flow. Number 9, receive. And that's today, receive. Number 10, relate. And really, well, I'll let you play with these and as you're guided. Do your research. Whatever you're excited about is where your messages lie.
And these symbols are designed to literally reprogram
Your brain,
your
our
brain
brains,
to be more receptive to higher
and to the serious energy
vibrations.
and the information of the, and putting that higher, that being able to access more clearly that infinite stream of intelligence. So here I will hold this up for just a moment. And I think that these, I don't know, I like so many of these symbols because I've used them for so long and they do really amazing things to me. Number 11, realize. And that means a lot of things. Make real and also realize. Make real in your mind, make real in your world, and then make real by your action. And number 12, act. Number 13, transform. Number 14, connect. And number 15, manifest. And I am going to be doing more workshops on my website for the public and for members, specifically diving deeper into all of us creating more symbols for the world and for all of us. And so I look forward to sharing more information about all of that and your participation in creating these with me, with us, for sharing with the world. Well, we'll get into that later. I can already hear my guides talking. And
queuing up.
This is the one that I had Dave create for me at request, that he actually translated each of the numbers and the name of the symbols into Hebrew as well, which is also very activating. And we'll be doing more workshops about that as well, about how all of these things also connect to all of this and how we can utilize that idea, the idea of the Hebrew letters and so forth. So anyway, that is for another day. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to go off camera, I think, here and you're going to go put that
I'm
on,
gonna put
and
this on, and
everyone can see what's on the.
can get into a state of meditation and pay attention a
Yep.
little bit to the symbols that you see. And Wendy's gonna do her thing. And
guys
I might
have a drink of water,
something.
take some nice breaths. How long have we been doing this? Do you guys need a minute for a break at all?
Van a empezar a meditar.
Yeah.
It's 444.
Oh my gosh.
So we
Okay,
gotta
then.
do this, and
All right, then we'll do that and then we'll take a quick break. Okay, you guys? Okay, here we go.
You're good.
Become in sync with the beat of the drums of Atlantis. Become in sync with the heartbeats of the crystal skulls. Become in sync with the ancestors of the heartbeats of Atlantis. With the masters that created this magnificent tool of expansion, interaction, ascension, awakening. Kashiano tovela, kashania tovakatua, niasove shenona kolakia. Neshe no halako tove halako nia, nabola, naseva, nakiato vesono tua kashanata. Hanaya kaya tuaku naya shayango nashayando kuya tu hela kitea matea rokote veso no hawa enter 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 the pyramids, enter the Sphinx, enter the waters, enter the mountains. Enter the sky. Enter the grounds of which our ancestors walked. And we remember and thank those for carrying deep within them the mysteries of the cosmos, and allowing us all to enter that stream of consciousness. Shakaya Nashakaya Nateheva Heva Hena Nebeta Behela Vishia. The heartbeat of creation. For your heartbeat is always in sync with the heartbeat of creation. And we thank those that walked among this earth and all versions of the earth, and all who are participants today, as we feel the gratitude and the love, as they understand the difficulty of our path and what we have come here to do today as well. For all of you are connected to this information, this idea. Each and every one of you, as this channel, has counterparts in all of these lifetimes. And you're remembering now what you know. Allow this day of remembrance to be the ultimate awakening, the ultimate reception, the ultimate connection. In this age of Aquarius, for each and every one of you that gather here today, have orchestrated this moment, this path. For each and every one of you, by virtue of your participation in this now, have come to open this up in each and every one of you and carry this energy in any way that you are excited to do so. Across the lands, through your technology, in your communities, in your home, in your heart. And as each and every one of you gather, we gather in excitement and know that we, speaking as the serious collective consciousness counterparts of all of you, for yes, each and every one of you accepted a soul counterpart in each and every one of these worlds, these lives. And each one of you are coming back together now, reuniting, feeling, remembering that you're family. You are our family. And yet you also contain within you and our family with star systems and star families that you have only barely begun to become familiar with again. And as you raise your vibration and your consciousness in this way, you will begin to meet more and more of them in your day-to-day activities and your dreams. How did you all find each other today? By orchestration, synchronicities, through your heartbeats, the heart mind, minds, and the mysteries. And as each and every one of you carry this vibration, this now and all nows, carry this vibration for miles and miles all around you, each and every one of you, in your heartbeat. Lo showi ati hevela hene kiwale seto viasha. Hana yela katavela yala kateva sanoa ki te veshitua. Nishivo sopriano loco. Sheua inake ala sotu. Vajinai wa kuleandara sewa halono. Hanai kaya tua kunaha. Anna hoko na yanana he Unaya ko no onara he. Feel the connection becoming stronger as it vibrates to the collective consciousness that is you. Each of the collective consciousnesses of each and every fractal and counterpart of you is present, excited, engaged. And it is very exciting for us as we see the excitement in the channel. For although all things are now in her time line, her story, she has excitedly shared these symbols, having no idea the reason for the excitement. Yet every moment becomes more and more aware. The guidance and the intuition to bring these symbols forward, to continue to create her own, and to encourage each and every one of you to create whatever symbol it is that you require to return to the vibration of the masters. For you are all masters, or you would not be present today. You would not be able to find this message, this vibration. There are times when it's soft and subtle, tearful, and powerful. And often you'll feel it accelerate inside of you. Bliss, ecstasy, the knowingness why you came, why you chose this journey, and why you are meeting again now. For each and every one of you are the masters of limitation, opening yourselves to higher consciousness and the education that they have to offer. Those that have already gone through this process and transformed themselves into non-physical, and yet are here today, holding your hands, supporting you. For everyone, accelerating your journey, if that is your desire. Gathering eons, thousands and thousands and thousands of years of information in a moment, in a breath, in one download. And watching your excitement as you unpack your gifts, your own gifts, understanding that you can now connect with other parts of your soul, in other realms, dimensions, allowing yourself always in a moment, in a breath, to know that stream of infinite love and consciousness is right here with you. The veil is simply your beliefs, nothing more. None of you would be excited about this day, this moment, if there wasn't a part of you, a piece of you. And as you connect the waters, the dolphin, the whales, you are connecting also with the guardians of the skulls, So as all of you, many of you, feel this connection, to the cetacean nation, know that you are connecting directly to Sirius energy, your Sirius counterparts, the masters of the skulls, the council of 13. Council of 13, symbol of change, symbol of transformation. The 13th step, 13th floor. Na tove hala ko te vesa no to wanda, na sebo, na kotiasa, na shono a lo ko te ve na kotu vesha no tu. And each and every one of you are guided to the perfect form of connection for you. But is your intention that is heard? Your intention that is felt, your heart that is felt. We see your lights, feel your light. And we feel it growing stronger every day. And we congratulate you for taking this path, the Master's path. The path few choose. Yet each and every one of you have chosen this path. That's why you're here today. And any now that you experience this transmission, Nashito alakotiva sono kueva hela moalana no aluku ne atu alakuna he no alaki nuyoha. Disivato viado alakotiva shinoa. We invite all of you in all of your endeavors to be bold and passionate and confident, creating a life of happiness and peace. The loco deve sonora of calm, self-love, and sharing that with all that you interact with, physical and non-physical. For you are the masters of the lighthouses that came, the way showers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Naloko tereshe ilano. Vesono tu veshe ilahau nayamoku. Pleilando riviala koteve sonoye iwa toa. And we invite all of you to share your voices, your heartbeats. In any and all ways you are guided. If you are excited to share something, there was another, somewhere, somewhen, that needs you. And you, all of you, are needed and necessary for this ascension to take place, or you wouldn't be present today in this now moment. creating this moment, this frequency for all to share, jump into. Each and every one of you. Nalokoteve ilashanotove lakoni itia sabulaina tavoko tavashana. Anoya kula shono hayako no ho shirakai nuele. We thank you today for remembering and honoring yourselves, remembering who you are and honoring that you, as you connect your mind, your hearts, your skulls with the councils of 13, the 13 crystal skulls. And as you remember your own mastery and your own mystery and your own magic, know that you have come to assist an entire situation, civilization to new heights, new realms, new dimensions, a whole new reality. And we thank you. We honor you. And you will be the ones remembered. You will be the ones honored. And you are now the receivers of this information. And in sacredness, you carry it with you. And allow your light to spill onto the world in only the beautiful way that your light can. And we know you. And many we are interacting with on a constant basis. Welcome to yourselves, to your power. Nashokeleka sanashoto. No sono yai wahela elahi wahaina. Ebogori ashanoni do bukuriando kiki ada sise burushanoni ana. Landi kiki atavesoa helalariano do vecatore vesana. Clehando diado bolanda ki sabado soto kunda diala kotaveshana toba. Toba lihila katavihala kataveshoto. Yanda kilandia sasabilahlako shaviala katoviashano toviasanate kizada tianto kiita sanante lehano de garakotoveshe se ti alakato hayana malakato shoyowala. Yeah, so. Hmm. I'm still vibrating in the energy. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, Tove. Is there anything anybody would like to share before we take a quick break? Otherwise, just sit in the energy. Everybody take some nice breaths. I'll check how we're doing on time and see if we've got a little more time for some sharing and maybe a couple of cards, and we'll see how we're doing here. I want to invite everybody to breathe and stretch, have some water, acknowledge, appreciate, and allow these moments together in this energy, in this love. And if anyone has any comments or questions, we'll come back in just a few minutes. And anybody in the live stream who may have a comment or a question, we'll read those as well. Yes, I'll take a shot.
Okay, let's take a 5-minute break.
About 5. Okay, we'll take 5.
Well, let's make it
5, 7, whatever. Not too long for all of you out there in YouTube land, but this gives you the opportunity also to get up and stretch, get some water, check on whatever you need to check on. And we'll be right back. Thank you.
And you can pause your video if you'd like.
Yeah, turn off your video if you want, turn off your sound if you want to get up and walk around.
Okay, we'll be back shortly.
Vivi, ¿puedes traducir lo que he dicho?
Okay.
No, van a hacer una pequeña pausa ahora.
Ah, vale.
¿Vale?
Sí,
Si quieres beber algo y respirar o lo que sea, pero es una pequeña pausa. Y
bueno, me voy a levantar un poco y moverme porque estoy un poquito mareada.
sí, esto que dijo también, que te puedes levantar y mover, lo que necesitas hacer, ¿no? Es...
Vale.
Ricardo, are you still there?
Can you hear me?
You're there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, just wanted to see because I don't have all the ones there. Okay. You
Now you
okay?
should see me. Now you can see me, I think. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I took the ones off that are not, but now it's okay.
Now I should have a camera on. Okay, it's okay.
But no, it's okay. Doesn't matter. You're still there. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Moni.
Hi. Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, you have this microphone now.
Okay. Can I? Oh, my microphone is also on.
Yeah, genau.
I didn't know it. Ich habe nicht alles verstanden, was er gesagt hat.
Aber ich glaube, das ist egal.
Ja, ich glaube auch. Ich habe mir dann diese 13 Schädel vorgestellt.
It's not on YouTube or what?
Oh, what? I don't know.
Ich weiß nicht, ob wir die anderen stören, wenn wir hier sprechen. Aber wir haben
Yes.
Pause, ne?
Ja, wir haben ja Pause. Können wir machen, was wir wollen. Ja, I don't know if it will, weil der fragt, ob so ein Dings dann auf YouTube kommt.
I think no, they can't hear us on YouTube. It's live, but it's on pause.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. It's live and it's grabando.
But it's on pause.
It's on pause. Okay.
The transmission.
Okay. I'm going outside. Turn my video.
Oh, I was checking out the YouTube chat. Hey, everybody. Hey. Just wanted to say hi to everybody out there. Woo. Oh, thank you guys for being here so much. Hey, Temple. Hey, Ostino. Hey. Mwah, mwah. Oh, Heather had to go. She says she's still vibrating. Awesome meditation. Looking forward to coming back to this again. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Boy, that was really cool. Thank you, Dave, for putting that image together. I that little meditation thing together for us all. That was really cool with the skull and the symbols. That was really great. So yeah, he made that for us today. That was just, he made that special for us today. So I thought that was very nice of him. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was in my highest joy and excitement to do it.
So I just wanted to mention that. So yeah, he loves doing that stuff. So yeah, I'm glad that we're able to share it. Thank you to all of you who participated. If anybody wants to say anything, go ahead and unmute. If you just want to make a comment, and also a few people are still out and about, but good to see you too, Cynthia. I'm glad to meet. She says she's happy to meet everybody. And yes, it's always good to see you. It's just so exciting to see all of you. I am too. I'm still vibrating. Oh, and I did want to say on another note, you guys, that growing up, I grew up in a town in the United States on the border of Lake Michigan in northern Illinois, and there was a lot a lot of Native American activity there. I began connecting with my own Native spirit guides way back then. The town that I grew up in actually translates to Little Fort because it was a fort on the lake, on Lake Michigan, and it was a lot of transport stuff was going on, a lot of trade. So there was trading posts there, and actually that the town Waukegan translates to Little Fort, and all of the towns, all of the roads in the entire town, each of them had names of all of the, each of them had a name of an American Indian tribe. So I sort of grew up in this energy, realizing a long time ago that I had my own Native American guides. And so I feel this very poignant today for myself as well. And literally Cheyenne was one of the names of the streets. And it was literally like every tribe's name was one of the street names. And then there was even one called Indian Road. You need to scooch over to my hair. And so, you know, since we create everything and we create our own things, it's like I created that for myself to help me remember and to grow up in a place to remember. As driving around, you know, a town, every road reminded me. And so it was very exciting. And I just find it very synchronistic. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys as well, and see if I wanted to pull a card or two here. So I'm going to go directly to
Cynthia asks about hearing more about the Sirius connection.
Who has to go? Oh, she has to go. Okay. We'll come back to the next. Okay, good. I'm so happy. And yeah, I'll finish that. The Sirius connection really came upon me. My awareness of it and our Sirius connection to all of us. Sirius is the brightest star in our solar system that we can see. The Sirius star system is also in what we call the Canis Major star system, and the Canis Major star system is they call it the dog star, and the dog is the symbol of service to humanity. When I first came across Bashar, the Essassani, the Sassani people, his race of people, he's one of the hybrid races, which is a whole different story. Different story for a different day. And he had explained that the Sirius, which are they're non-physical beings as well as aquatic beings. Much information leads to the idea of the connections of Sirius to the dolphin and the whale. When he first brought these symbols to us, he said these were the symbols from Sirius. And if you'd like to connect more deeply with the dolphin and the whale connections, which is a direct link to the Sirius star system, and to interact with these symbols and to look at them, use them however you're guided, and share them. And it led me to start very soon after I started writing my own symbols. And I didn't really, I should give you guys an example if you haven't seen them. But so he also said that, and there's so many tie-ins to all of this with the moon and the moon energy. He said there's a triad, a triangle, a triad, trinary connection between Sirius, the star Sirius, Essassani, their planet, and the Earth. And that there was a connection that the Sassani and Sirius were literally pumping their frequency, and still are, through our moonlight. Once I heard that, I was speaking, I had started speaking light languages and started drawing these symbols. I started to become more aware of my own Sirius connections. And then I started channeling my own Sirius counterparts. always had a definitive, oh, I forgot. We actually have here, dolphin crystal. Well, it's probably just glass. I don't know that it's actually crystal, but
And the dolphins are also guardians of the crystal
that's
skulls.
so and that was my I realized that connection with the guardians of the crystal skulls, that and
the citation
the
nation
citation
is
nation, which
directly
is
connected
to
to
Sirius.
Sirius.
And so Bashar was saying how they were literally sending their energy and the Sirius energy through our moonlight. And then when we look at our moon and we are in our moonlight, we're bathing ourselves in Sirius energy. Syrians were the assistants in a lot of the technologies of Egypt, a lot of the pyramids, so there was a lot of information and technology that came through these guides. A lot of that technology information was given to the Sasani people, Bashar's race of people. And all of this also ties into a whole bigger story of who we are, and ET DNA and Sasquatch and there's a lot of stories and a lot of intricate webs that are woven here that have to do with the Sirius energy. And it's we created that on purpose, all of us as a collective human consciousness together, to have the star Sirius there as this energy bridge. It's a bridge. And Bashar, who's been channeling for nearly 40 years now, and many of us, it's not about his teachings, it's about, I'm remembering that that's who I am, that's what I'm capable of, that's what I came for. It's not about following anybody's teachings. It's about what resonates with me, what do I remember, and how do I most excitedly share that with all of you? And how do I use that information for me in my own personal ascension and my own life? And how do I apply it to me? And how did that bring us together? All of it's related. And we're being invited to more powerfully connect with the Syrian energy, with the water, with the aquatic beings, with the Syrians that are guides. I have a guide who is, she's my counterpart, a Syrian counterpart. She introduced herself to, I say she because it feels like a feminine energy. And they don't really have names, so they just use it for our own identification purposes, for our own bridge to connect with them. And so I've had actually several of them come to me, and one of the first was Sentia, Sentia, Sentia from Sirius. And I felt nothing. as soon as I felt this connection and I heard this name, I was so emotionally connected. And even I, to this day, I still don't understand always how I relate to, how I receive these energies and this information and these feelings, and why is it so emotional for me? So all of this really in all of us, it's just, does the information resonate with you or doesn't it? And it doesn't really matter. Take what you like, is just what everyone says. But all of this would not be, you wouldn't even be in this frequency of receiving and listening to this information right now, right here, if some portion of this wasn't true for you, because you wouldn't be able to. You couldn't, as they said, we can't even be in the frequency of our ETs and our angels, because it's such a beautiful, pure, loving frequency. This is what we're learning. This is what we're experiencing as we become more conscious connector beings with each other, and doing these types of events and is connecting with each other. And I will say, I would think all of you would agree that any interactions that we've all had with each other, whether it's been through videos, through sessions, all of this events, we are all greater for the knowing and the reconnecting of each other. Each and every one of us we're giving each other the permissions and the activations for each other. And how delighted I am and how honored and privileged I am. When I first started my channel, almost 8 years ago, there was hardly anybody online speaking light languages, hardly anyone. Like I couldn't find any videos. I couldn't hardly find any people. And they were the ones who pulled me up. They were the ones who activated me. The few that were out there, you know, fearlessly out there sharing this stuff and not really knowing even why they were guided to share it and not being afraid of looking and feeling and sounding crazy and weird. And I went through all that too. I still do. I still do, you know, and when I'm going through I never always know what's going to come out. And sometimes that's the whole part of all, you know, stepping aside is allowing the sounds to come through. And I'm so excited when I meet so many people all over the world now, of which there's like thousands and thousands and thousands now. And it's like, well, I was helpful and instrumental in that as well. I am a way shower, and as are all of you. And I just can't even believe it. The wave all across the world, and how honored I am to be able to share Wilma and all of these people that I met through light language globally. I could have never imagined my life this way if you'd asked me this 13 years ago. No. So it's warm and loving and fuzzing and exciting and thrilling. And
so Ana asks in Spanish, what does she do with a glass of water that
Oh.
she had? So maybe Vivian, you can turn your mic off and help translate what Wendy
yes,
talks about, because
Yeah.
anyone to this in Spanish certainly should learn more about what this
Te va a decir lo que quiere decir con el agua.
I want to say this as simply as I can. We have the ability to change the structure of water with our thoughts.
Tenemos la habilidad de cambiar la estructura del agua con nuestros pensamientos.
There is extensive work done by a Dr. Masaru Emoto, who continues his son to this day, and translate that the best that you can.
Sí, Misara Mimoto, tú lo has visto, ¿no? Que de los cristales, que el agua forma cristales. No.
He continues to this day to do meditation, open projects. He calls them projects where anybody can tune in on YouTube and do the same thing. And then they measure the difference in the frequency of the water before they started the meditation, and then after they concluded it. And so I'm guided.
Hasta ahora siempre ellos miden, ¿no? Que la frecuencia del agua luego cambia cuando han hecho una meditación.
The consciousness literally changes this crystalline structure of the water.
La conciencia cambia literalmente la estructura cristalina del agua.
So when we gather today with these light languages, with our heart and intention, and these behind us, and those symbols that were going around as we meditated, all of us changed the structure of the water that we used today during the meditation. And
Todos hemos cambiado la estructura del agua con lo que hemos hecho y con todo lo que ella tiene ahí, y bueno, el resto te lo digo más tarde, pero eso es lo que en general.
So we are simply guided to use our intuition to.
Estamos guiados para usar nuestra intuición.
Maybe you want to drink some.
Si quieres beber algo de esta agua.
O sea,
And maybe you want to save some.
Y si quieres, tú puedes beber algo de esta agua ahora, o si quieres también guardarla.
You may wish also to put in a quartz crystal.
Y puedes poner un cuarzo, un cristal.
And then drink it.
Y luego beberlo.
And putting
Sí, sabré lo que he dicho.
Perdón.
Putting a quartz crystal in some of the water.
La bebo. Mi pregunta es que si bebo, sabré lo que he dicho.
She says that she drinks. Will she know what she said? I don't get that.
Oh, maybe.
Probablemente.
Maybe.
Yes. So yes, it will further activate all
All of
your
us.
abilities.
Yes.
Activará más y más nuestras habilidades.
Me la bebo entonces.
She'll drink it. No.
And also if you save a little bit.
Entera, no guardo nada.
She's gonna drink it all. She's not gonna keep any of it.
Okay.
If you save a little bit
Ahora me ha dado la risa.
Save a little. You want to
And-
save a little?
and keep in the house,
Well-
that energy that we experience today can stay in the water and keep the energy in your
house.
Puedes guardar un poco y mismo si la pones por ahí en la casa, que luego esta energía que hemos cogido hoy estará también, it will be in the house, or it will, yeah, que también estará en tu casa.
Le ha cambiado el sabor al agua.
She says it tastes different.
Total.
The water tastes different.
It is different.
Yes, it is.
Es diferente, dice.
Yes.
Muy diferente.
Very different.
And we should use this idea every day with all the water that we drink, all of us every day, to before we drink it, to put our love and our best intention into the water before we drink it every day.
Tendríamos que hacer eso cada día, ¿no? Con el agua, que ponemos nuestra intención, la mejor intención y nuestros pensamientos en el agua antes de beberla.
And I was just wanted to say good love and good light to all of you out there on YouTube. I wanted to very quickly share with you I found this, it's called a Buddha crystal. Very colorful. I thought for sure Monica would love this. All different colors, all great. And it's so it reminds us today to we're like returning to the at Vivian, our colors, the purples, the greens, the that's what I was like, oh, look at all the colors, look at all the colors. It's reminding us all that we are remembering, we're returning to our highest, Buddha state, that idea of that consciousness. So I just wanted to share that. I've never seen a Buddha crystal before, so. There was something else I was going to say and I forgot. That's okay. Was there any other questions? I was like, was there any other, I was thinking, was there anything else I wanted to share about the Syrians and the
I
Syrians?
just want to have a question because today, can I ask a question?
Oh, of course.
When I looked at your symbols that you did for me.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Those were those, or that's the whole page, but yeah, I printed it out and that was the first day sort of I really looked at it. And then I got pretty dizzy. And I was like, I walked down to the cafe and I had to hold like on the gate or something, and then it would go again. And I mean, I wasn't scared, no, but it was very interesting.
Very interesting. Well, that happens to many of us. It's happened to me very recently as well. These high energies have really been making me really dizzy. It's been kind of crazy.
So it would certainly be normal when you're getting acclimated to the higher energies and the higher frequencies that you will have often what people refer to as ascension symptoms. It takes a little bit for your body to acclimate to higher frequencies. And dizziness is one of those things. And the idea really is we are moving toward higher frequencies. Higher consciousness is just another word for being in higher frequencies. Higher frequencies allows more consciousness to come to you, to be more aware of what is. So we're given the opportunity in small doses to start with to get used to these frequencies and understand that it is a positive thing that's occurring, and take advantage. Take advantage of feeling those frequencies as often as you can.
Yeah, that was great, because I talked the night before. I talked to Moni, and we'd already had some conversation about it. So
good.
So it was like, okay, yeah, I'm ready, And then I had a great session with Anna where lots of stuff came through, and it was just incredible.
I'm so excited about that. And yes, I think it would be a lot of fun and I love doing this stuff, and we'll be wrapping it up here soon. I know we're getting late on time. But I encourage all of you, anyone out there, and I'm excited that, because we've talked about this before with Moni and Vivi about doing something together, sharing our light languages, even Anna, all doing it together. It's not about, a lot. Okay. So one of the biggest questions we get out there is about light languages is, how do I understand what you're saying? It's like a song. It's like a melody. It's like when you look at a baby or a puppy, or when you make a new friend, like we did, where you become so engulfed in emotion or love or whatever you want to call that, identify that as. It's a symphony that happens to your soul. It's a song that you hear in your heart, whether it's sung or spoken, that speaks to you, that is beyond your brain, beyond it extends out to all of the eternal aspects that you are. That is what light language is. And so I always encourage people not to be afraid to contact me and say, I would love to do a video with you. Because this is one of the things I love to do on this channel. It's not just talk about me and my experiences in light language. I want to hear you guys' experiences. I can say it over and over again. What I want to hear, what I like to do is share all of you, because here I have the platform, and I know there's a few people that are going to be sharing and starting their own YouTube channels and things and Instagram stuff, right? So with that said, I encourage people to bring your light language. Let's speak it. I do not know what I'm saying always. I just know the essence of it. Now, often information will come through in English. Is it a translation or an interpretation of what I just said in language? I'm not sure. I don't know that that's to be the case or not. Sometimes it does feel that way. Yes. Sometimes maybe that's just my interpretation of what I just heard and how I'm filtering it. I'm not really sure. Sometimes I know for sure when it's someone else that's talking. I know, and so to be able to distinguish the difference. But the point is, it's the not mattering. It's that it doesn't matter. It's the sharing. It's that when we hear a light language and we don't need to understand it in our language. We need to understand it in our heart language. That's where we need to understand it. So that's the beauty of it. So when we share it together, and it doesn't even matter whether we speak the same language, because that language is the universal languages of love and the universal languages of light. And that's what that is.
Wilma says grounding is important. And I would like to add that the idea of grounding is also taking those high energies and bringing them to the physical world.
Yes, it's not just about being in La La Land. It's about, yes, grounding them and crystallizing them into this world.
So the idea of grounding is literally completing the circuit.
Completing
Just
the
like in
circuit.
electricity, the positive energy finds its way to a grounding source. And the grounding source is the thing that crystallizes those higher frequencies into physical reality. So what are you going to do physically that represents your highest joy and excitement
Yes.
of those energies that you're feeling? So it could be singing a song, could be dancing, could be creating, could be talking to people, whatever it might be, painting, writing a book, whatever it might be. But that is actually the way that you most effectively ground the energy. And we talk about grounding by going outside barefoot, being in nature, but really that activity that we used to think of as grounding is really to be inspired to take the action that best represents your highest joy,
Yes.
that all this energy is building up for you to actually do, because that's really the idea of why you're experiencing those high energies. And when they're building up, it's because you're not expressing yourself.
I was just going to say that.
So express, number 4.
Number 4.
Number 5.
And I was going to say
Express.
too, to Wilma specifically that, and this goes to all of us, but the example that Wilma gave earlier about moving to the mountains and knowing that she needed to do something with the mountains and speak with the mountains, and they were speaking to her. I'm being reminded, and to remind all of you, and I'm being reminded by our serious counterparts here, that it's a triangle. Okay. So Wilma and the mountain create a third thing. That third thing is a brand new thing. Brand new, never existed before. Wilma existed and the mountain existed, but now we have a third thing. Whatever that interaction is with her and the mountain, whether it's verbalized, whether it's crystallized into, however that grounded into whatever crystallization she's excited to do, that's completing the circuit. It's taking the action. And that third thing that's created is the magic, because it didn't exist before. And there's something new to share with all that is. And when we share with all that is, we're sharing it with all that is. Well, that includes all of us and everything.
And Cynthia has offered to do what we would call a light language blessing by hand motion.
Yes.
So that is also a light language.
Yes, I do. That's something that came to me, you guys, very early on when I started speaking light languages. I started getting the hand signs, and they literally told me it's another way to communicate with many of the beings out there. They don't have voices. They don't really have ears. So yes, that is definitely another language of your light. Absolutely, no doubt about it.
So if you would like to come on video, Cynthia, and share some of that, we would love to
see that. Yes.
And you could all unmute and speak freely.
Yeah, everybody can. Yeah, just speak freely, and we won't go too much longer. I know we love what we do, and I know everybody's got lives and stuff. So
Well, after Cynthia, hopefully she's still here. Does her.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ana, tú haces muchos símbolos con las manos, ¿no? Porque dice también con estos
That's
símbolos también es esto que también no es verbal, pero es también una comunicación.
Sí.
No. Anna does very many different.
Okay.
Pero claro, yo lo hago, pero yo no sé qué significa nada, ni lo que digo, ni lo que símbolos.
Yeah, she does them, but she doesn't, she, at the same time, while she's talking light language, she's doing the symbols. But she doesn't know what they mean.
I
Digo,
don't,
al mismo tiempo que estás hablando, que no, lo estás haciendo también.
I don't know either, except for what, all I know is if somebody has an emotional reaction to it, if I'm guided to receive it and I'm guided to share it, that means there's one person on this planet that needs to see it or hear it or experience it. Just one.
Sometimes I sort of get the feeling that the
Daniel,
emotion
now it's right now. We're in it. Do you want to hop in?
When we get the hand motions, whatever it might be, to me, sometimes it is literally rewriting your DNA. And if you imagine the helix of the DNA, that you're taking bits and pieces and moving them around to symbolically activate things
Yes.
within your DNA, things within your
Just get her hand up.
brain.
Oh, that's you. Sorry.
Es que como estás escribiendo, reescribiendo,
Yeah, we're still
algo
in.
así, tu DNA, pero esto yo te lo puedo explicar luego, lo que están diciendo, porque son muchas cosas que hoy hemos vivido, muchas de esas cosas, because we lived many of those things today in the sessions we did. So, and I just said to Anna, I will translate another time because it's so much. Es tanta información.
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta, Vivi?
Yeah, she just wants to have a question. Sí.
Vale, creo que estaba hablando, ella, puede ser que ella me haya dicho a mí lo que no sé si estaba hablando en lenguaje en inglés o estaba hablando, me estaba respondiendo en lenguaje de luz, pero la he entendido que me decía que yo este lenguaje ya lo sé, que yo ya lo sé, que yo ya lo he hecho, lo he hablado antes.
That she's done this. ¿Quién te lo dijo? ¿Que tú? Y ahora no entiendo. ¿Qué es la pregunta?
Creo que ella me ha dicho que yo este lenguaje ya lo he hablado antes, que yo ya lo sé, que yo ya sé lo que es. O algo
She thinks
así.
that she's talked this language before.
She certainly has in many other, when we say our past lives, we have to remember everything's right now. So they're parallel lives that we're interacting with.
Son vidas paralelas, porque si tú dices vidas pasadas o si uno dice vidas pasadas, que está todo ahora, pasando ahora.
Vale, no lo sé. Bueno, no lo sé.
Bueno, pero eso lo puedo preguntar. Podemos hacer otro día con Wendy, ¿vale?
Sí, sí.
Daniel, it's so funny. Sorry, guys. I was also reading the chat. I know we'll
do it another day with you, Wendy, yeah, to ask you some questions.
And if she wants to share it right now, I would be happy for her to share this right now.
Ok, pues, pero si quieres ahora decir algo, tú dilo ahora.
Sobre lo que ha pasado.
No sé, ¿qué es lo que quieres compartir algo ahora?
She doesn't have to, just if she wants to.
Bueno,
si quieres.
Sí, que en el momento que estaba recibiendo el lenguaje, eran muchos lenguajes diferentes, pero veía como una luz muy blanca, era como una luz rectangular.
She received 2 different languages, and then she said she saw a white light, but it was a very white light, but it was rectangular.
Era como una luz rectangular blanca y como a los lados era como verde.
And at the sides it was like green.
Y he sentido como esta mañana cuando estaba contigo en tu casa, como la presión de aquí del pecho, ¿no? Como que salía, no sé, mucha presión de aquí y todavía la sigo teniendo.
And she felt a lot of pressure, well, like we had in the session today. here where she's showing. Yeah.
Y bueno, sintiendo el lenguaje, agradeciendo, mucha gratitud y felicidad, ¿no? Por eso es que me reía.
Feeling the language and feeling very grateful for it, and also we laughed a lot today, or she laughed a lot also. Yeah, sí.
Y cuando he terminado, pues ha sido como como si me hubiera tomado 2 copas de vino, ¿no? Que estás ahí como contenta.
And when we were finished with the session as well, it was like she had 2 glasses of wine. Felt like she had had 2 glasses of wine.
Sí, pero claro, yo no bebo alcohol, nada.
And she doesn't drink any alcohol.
Entonces, bueno, se siente bebiendo alcohol porque bebía alcohol antes, ¿no?
She used to drink some, but
Well, the high vibration is sort of similar to feeling
It is.
high or drunk.
I say that all the time. I'm like, I will
this-
have a session and I am so high on the energy. I feel like I'm drunk.
dice que es similar, sí, este sentido, esto lo que uno siente es como estar, ¿cómo se dice? High,
Oh.
no sé, que uno ha tomado algo.
Sí, bueno, como, claro, esta mañana yo no lo he sentido, ha sido muy diferente.
Sí, pero ahora,
Ha sido diferente ahora, sí, a esta mañana.
ahora, si estás hablando de ahora,
Sí, de ahora, de cuando,
ya,
cuando así era como, estaban por aquí, ¿no? Como muy presentes aquí. Nunca lo he sentido tan
ahora,
cerca, ¿no? Sí.
ahora,
Cuando hablaba el lenguaje de luz, cuando lo estaba recibiendo.
ahora dices.
Sí, ahora.
Yeah, she felt them very present all around.
Liliana. Hi, Liliana. I'm just welcoming everybody. Wilma says, I love to sing and dance to allow the energy to flow. Me too, lady. Me too. I love to sing and dance to allow the energy to flow. Yes, I do.
You have to move the energies through your chakra system.
Okay, now, hi, how are you again?
Hi, hey, hi, Liliana. This
I've
is
been trying to see how I can join you guys, but it has been kind of difficult. But nice to see you.
Yes, hi.
Hello.
All of a sudden, the energy got so high in the room, you guys, my glass started to fog up again. I'm like, woo, hot. Hey, lady, you made it. Say hello.
Well, hopefully Daniel was able to
Yeah, our friend Daniel
get on the Zoom
was
link.
wanting to get in the Zoom here. So I wanted to share something with all of you really quick here. So as we're chatting here, probably for the last maybe 5 minutes, I've been here. Can you put me on me so I can see me? Can you put me on me so I can see me? So the last few minutes I've been writing these symbols. These are symbols that come to me, and I've been receiving them ever since I started using the sacred symbols from Sirius. And I actually do plan to, that's on my agenda, is to actually write a book and put a book together of all the pages of all my symbols, because there's a lot of them, lots and lots. So for today, and I wanted to put this up here so that if you're watching the video and want to pause this, and actually we can probably make this downloadable someplace as well. And I'm not quite finished with it. And if I get any more or get more pages, I'll share them with you. This is one of the things too I like when we have these gatherings now, and I'm learning more and more about, utilizing my website. And I think doesn't every event have a group on the website?
We
Or you create them?
different
Okay.
groups for different
Okay.
things. And I think
I
the
think-
group attached to this was the Light Language Hangout group.
Okay. So we have groups that, like, if you guys wanted to chat with each other afterward and, you know, connect with each other, though, everyone who RSVP'd from the website. But anyway, that's kind of beside the point. I just wanted to share these with you. And I've been guided over the years to share these with people in all, you know, on the internet and my videos as additional activations for each of us, all of us, because these are also stories of star systems. These are information messages from my star families, my counterparts that are living in other dimensions. There's a lot of things that are attached to this and these ideas, in that each of these, and I've said this a few times, in that each of these could represent, each symbol could represent an entire timeline of a star system, and of our, maybe one of our stars families is explaining something to us today by virtue of a symbol. Because there was a time when there was light and no sound, and there was a time when light and sound became written language. And so with the idea of also our ancestors and the mystery schools, I think we're still learning a lot about what these languages and symbols meant. So a lot of this stuff is very interesting to me, the beginning of languages in Sanskrit. But the idea is for all of you today that with these symbols right here, I'm already starting to get like vibrating just looking at them. And for all of us to utilize, to share, to come back to this energy today, to use them in your own meditations. If I can, I'll get it, maybe we can get it to where you can print it out if you want to and use it for whatever reason, you know, in whatever you're guided to do. Maybe meditate on it before you go to sleep, maybe in the evening. I've used them in a lot of different ways, and they have truly facilitated my awakening of all of this, and helps me receive more and more and more information. And that's the point for all of you guys too. And so I was guided many years ago to do these for people in private sessions, to just help them on their journey, no insistence or expectations of any kind on how they're supposed to work or what they're supposed to do. They're just simply that I know they're for you. And so as I'm writing these today, I know that these are a part of the story for all of us today. So I wanted to, you know, also share with you the receiving that I'm getting from them about their appreciation, because us doing this today guides them. And I'm starting to get this push of to reiterate this more and more in my communications with everybody, in that they are speaking to us and receiving loud and clear, and are sending their appreciation for how this is helping in their ascension process. And it doesn't matter where they are in the chain of what we think of the ascension. It doesn't matter. You matter to them. We matter to them. This gathering matters to them, and it matters to the crystal skulls, and it matters of what's going to happen next in our reality. So
Anna says she's getting tired.
Yep,
Can't
we
keep her
gotta
eyes
go.
open.
They're all you guys are in other countries. I gotta let you go to bed.
So we will
And we need to eat.
we will offer some blessings. We will stop the YouTube live, and we'll keep this on for a little bit.
In case you guys want to
after.
chat.
So does anyone have any blessings or comments that they would like to offer before we
close.
say goodbye to the YouTube world?
Light language or any language.
Light language, motion.
I'd like to offer a blessing.
Yes, please.
Chiranaro naro neo sonoro no haranaye neranoyo nareano sonore hanarayana noro noro
Harishinari kiaran torna a. Erishindiri kiara torna a kishinari tirane. Soharni atarnai. Sorni tiarna. Karma tienere. Arshnarka. Blessings.
Yeah, shoto kilain shenekia to oto ina. Thank you for that. Yeah, television. Thank you for being today, and I wish you many blessings with you and your mountains. And I hope you do come back with me to share.
I would love to. Thank you.
I would like that very much. Thank you. Mwah. Nyatove. Is there anybody else that would like to share anything at all before we go off?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, please do. Monica.
Yes. Yeah, I want to share. I'm speaking light language since a year, and my life changed, and some things get easier for me. When I get up in the morning, or it starts to think, I don't do it. And sometimes in the morning I have heavy thoughts, and then I said, okay, I get up and then I start to speak. And I found out so many helps just when I speak it, or when a fear comes up, I say, okay, I don't feed you anymore, and I speak light language. Yeah? And I found out that my soul is so funny. Yeah. and I speak and I do all these things with my hands I never did before. And it makes me laughing. Yeah. So my life is lighter. And I'm so grateful for that.
And I'm so grateful that you shared that. Thank you. Thank you. And Wilma, oh my God, that was so beautiful. Thank you both. Oh my gosh, thank you. My heart is woo, spilling over. Hi, Daniel. So yes, anybody who needs to go, please, I understand. I know it's late for many of you. Thank you. I am beyond grateful that all of you from all over the world are here and that you're still awake. Thank you.
And thank you everyone for joining us. And I want to just take a moment to thank the energies of the Crystal Skulls for being here and participating. And
I'm excited to hear you guys. If anybody has anything that comes up in their days, their dreams, anything that you may have realized or related because of today, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say.
would you like to say a quick light
Sure.
blessing, and then we can say goodbye?
Okay, we'll go off the air, and anybody who wants to stay in the Zoom room, you can if you'd like to continue to interact. Oni Shakila Intova Sonoto Kojova Sonoto Vishana Iki TV Sonoto Vishina Ila Iteke Kinato Untoya Sumoro Shasasiana Kilakateve Samoro Esata Intentional to Inama or local Kohia and a Kelando Kotoya Shanase Kitela Chanson Savashina Dialog. Thank you.
Nahia to Enea. Ane to uka ane at ea ane ti ea ana ua ane at ea ua ne at ana to ua ea tia tuana.
See, you don't need to understand a word.
Oh, I understood.
I understood.
Thank you everyone for joining us. We will see you again.
And Cheyenne, I know this was probably overload for you today, so I hope you come back.
On the contrary, actually, I have more to say, but it was pretty amazing.
Please, if you have a comment, please do.
Well, I actually, in just the past 2 weeks, Lemuria has been coming up repeatedly so many times that it's almost strange, whereas I've never ever heard of it before, even though of course I've heard of Atlantis and so many of the other things that we've talked about. But then to also find out that there's a connection to Native Americans is so amazing to me, because even though I have a Native American name, I, as far as I'm aware, I don't actually have any Native American blood except for whatever minuscule amount that we all probably have at a minimum. But I still feel really, really, really close to them. And I have even before I realized that my name was Native American. You know, that takes a while, and it's just your name at first when you're a kid. There's that. So I just really feel this has been, the synchronicity is undeniable. And then also I wanted to say that I found the meditation very powerful. And I had been, because of the things that have been happening just recently about Lemuria, I had found myself in a crystal shop. I don't have any crystals, but I found myself in a crystal shop. There's more to the story. I won't tell you all the details, but I ended up walking away with a Lemurian quartz, which I've since been carrying around like a pet rock. It's like got its own personality and everything. And I just love it so much. But I don't have it with me today because I'm not at home. And instead though, the same store that I purchased it from had, because there was an incident with a broken agate and a dog that I had, brought in. I needed to, of course, pay for that. And so I got it back today. They like glued it and everything for me. And so while we were doing the meditation, I just kind of put this in my shirt so it was close to my heart, and I immediately could feel like the drum beat synced up, like almost the moment, that we began. And it was almost overwhelming. I knew it was a good feeling, so I didn't get scared and try and prevent it. But that was powerful, to say the least. And also, lastly, I wanted to say that I really enjoyed the animation too. Normally when I meditate, I keep my eyes closed, but this time I found myself watching the video a bit, and it was mesmerizing. So just the skulls as well as the symbols rotating. So I just wanted to say, in every single way, I'm really enjoyed this.
I'm so grateful. I could just feel your energy, and thank you. And I'm so glad that we connected. I really am. And, there's a lot more to say, and that's why I love doing these. And I want to do more of these. If you guys want to just hook up, privately, I'm always excited to do that. And I also have several things that are agate, which is very interesting, which is a conversation for another day. But just so you know, that's also a beautiful synchronicity with us, and that there's a deep reasons for that too, which you and I can share about sometime privately. That would be awesome. So yes, I'm excited that you were here. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And I am so happy to hear about all the synchronicities. That's why I love doing this stuff.
And that reminds me, thank you for the synchronicity as well, that I have the Lemurian crystal.
Yes. And you know
Where
what?
is it?
I was going to ask you that. I still have crystals packed from when we moved. Oh, that's what I want to tell you guys. Today is our 1-year anniversary of moving into this house where we live here in Alabama. I didn't even say where I was, in the United States, Alabama, a little north of Birmingham area. So if you're anywhere around, we are always, our hacienda is open. We've got a couple of guest rooms if you ever want to come by, hang out. Not the Taj Mahal, but it is comfortable and we have a good time. So I'll throw that out there too. But
we have a lot of crystals.
We have a lot of crystals. But with that said, so today is an anniversary for us in our first year in our home together. Lots and lots of videos about all of how we got where we are. But today I'm honored that I share this gift with all of you, and that you're sharing this celebration with us. We literally have a teepee on the other side of the table here, literally a very tall teepee that we've had in several other videos. But so I'm so excited about, and I just found this deck, and I just opened this deck. What was it, Monty, a week ago? And the Lemuria, and I'm telling you what, I can't wait to do more readings with this deck. So you guys keep your eyes open on YouTube, because I love this deck. I haven't even begun. That's the back. I haven't even begun to tap into the information. Soul Star Chakra merging with the divine. So that's it. That's our message for today from the Lemurian deck. Thank you, Cheyenne, for inspiring this. I really wanted to have at least one card today for all of you. And this is perfect. This is perfect, perfect, perfect for all of us tapping into our star chakra. I love this and merging with the divine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So with that said,
We got to go.
thank you.
Hi,
everyone, for joining
Daniel.
us.
Did he come in?
Daniel did not
Did he get-
join
Okay.
the panelists, but maybe he will after we shut off.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. I love you. Thank you for sharing. And anybody else? I don't want to cut anybody off. No?
No, okay. And we will have more soon.
More of these soon. Thank you to all of you subscribers, community members, watchers, all of you sharing. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for allowing me to share my high story with all of you.
And check out Wendy's website,
yeah.
languagesoflight.com. Check it regularly because we're always doing
It's every day.
and
all the links and
we
stuff.
could send you emails if you want, but we really don't want to bombard you.
Yeah, I
with-
just like,
with
hey, you know, just
email.
stop and see what's new and join in the events.
and like and subscribe on YouTube because we always like to make videos telling you all about what's going on. So thank you, and we'll
Bye,
see you
everybody.
next time.
Mwah. Love you. Nyakoshe.